Hi, this is David Wright, and you're listening to WICR.
What's up?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are back. I am Rob Byers here with Andrew Allers, and there's a what?
Guest 3.
Just hold on.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
No, your mic.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
You good.
Yeah, I had a long day.
Technical difficulty.
It's Wednesday. You know, it's middle of the week. I mean, I know the show's always on Wednesday, but you know, it's a tough day. It's hump day. Happy hump day, I guess. Rob Byers here with Andrew Allers, and we have yet another episode of the Countouts. So, big week this week. I have Survivor Series coming. Yes, huge week, I should say. For Raw and SmackDown, we have Survivor Series next Sunday, and they're putting the final touches in onto what the matches are going to be. Now we're not going to discuss the shows too much in detail. We're just going to discuss two major things that happened. We're going to start with Raw. We're going chronological here.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's really the main events. Two major title changes. So, Andrew, get us started on what the people need to know.
So, on Monday Night Raw, it was The Bar versus The Shield, or Seth Rollins.
Two-thirds of The Shield,
Two-thirds of The Shield without Roman Reigns. I think he's coming back. He's coming back next week, though, next Monday. So, he will be there on Raw next Monday. So, it was The Bar versus The Shield, two-thirds of The Shield. And midway, let me say at the end of the match, around the end of the match, the New Day come out of nowhere, and they interrupt the match, and they start yelling Under Siege Part 2, start yelling Man's Not Hot, pop, all that stuff.
Yes.
They're in Manchester, they're in England this week for Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
And so Kurt Angle, he assembles all of Raw because he doesn't want what happened in weeks prior, and he doesn't want Stephanie McMahon to come out and shame him again for not being tough enough and for not getting SmackDown out of the venue and all that stuff. So he gets everybody, and they come out to the ring, and the New Day, they're at the top of the stairs, near the entrances. They're at the top of the stairs.
Kind of similar to how the Shield comes in.
Yeah, how the Shield enter the ring.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. And Jason Jordan actually chases them up the stairs, and then, they leave. And then while everybody's looking at the New Day and stuff, Sheamus actually kicks Seth Rollins in the head and pins him. They get the 1-2-3 count, and they are the new Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, that's pretty big news right there. I mean, I don't know what this means for Dean and Seth and maybe the rest of Roman Reigns as a Shield, but they've been doing this a lot for the past couple of weeks leading up to Survivor Series, major title matches, and there haven't really been any major title changes. But this was like the first big one, and my shirt is kind of a spoiler, but there's another major title change on SmackDown. But yeah, that's a big one. So now it's going to be Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos at Survivor Series.
Do you like that the Bar won?
I actually do. Yes, I think they're more of a, I like their gimmick, whatever it is, and just their cohesiveness and their styles kind of make sense together. And I feel like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I mean, I don't dislike them. I just feel like the Bar are more cohesive, and I feel like having a heel tag team. That's the only thing, though. The two heel tag teams going up against each other, but I'm not complaining. So
still great wrestling.
Yeah, still great wrestling. Speaking of great wrestling, well, half anyway. We'll move on to the next night, and I'll take the floor for this one if you don't mind.
Got it.
So last week, Daniel Bryan, or was it Shane? I'm a little off right now.
This week on SmackDown?
Last week. Who announced it? Because it was originally supposed to be
gotcha.
AJ Styles versus Rusev to see who would be on Team SmackDown.
I forget who announced it.
Yeah, it was one of them, Shane and Daniel Bryan. That plan was ditched, and instead it was this. Yeah, last night was AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. Now, of course, the original plan was for it to be Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. All of the matches are SmackDown versus Raw champions, and the match was going on. Is unlike the main event of Raw, there wasn't any except for the Singh brothers, but they always interfere. Yeah. There wasn't any extra interference. It was just they were going back and forth. Jinder Mahal hit the Colossus and almost won. Then AJ Styles hit Jinder Mahal with the phenomenal forearm and pinned him 1-2-3. AJ Styles is your new WWE champion.
I caught the end of that.
Yeah,
that was lit.
The match, that was a pretty lit match.
Probably Jinder Mahal's best match.
Yeah, I mean, even against AJ, it's hard to have a bad match, but that was definitely Jinder's best match. And the worst part for me, though, was I already knew what happened before I watched it, unfortunately. It was spoiled all over, because it's in England, so it wasn't technically live, because in England, it's 3 o'clock, it's 3:08 right now. In England, it's about 7:08 right now, so they had to record it earlier, because people don't want to watch a live SmackDown or Raw at like 3 in the afternoon. So, if it was live here in the United States,
it's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, in England it'd be like 2 in the morning, and they wouldn't do that. So
yeah, so around this time, that's when they did the program.
Yeah, so they started SmackDown and Raw around this time.
Yeah.
In England. So I knew about it already, and I wanted to avoid it, but then I just got the news. I got the update from Bleacher Report saying spoiler, major title change. But then I actually saw, and I was like, oh, man. So, oh, well.
Thanks, Bleacher Report. Oh,
yeah.
Also, I want to say after the match, Jinder Mahal did beat up the Singh brothers a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
So he said he was pissed about that. But next week, it will be Charlotte versus Natalya.
Yes, for the Women's Championship. Now
they twisting it up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting in the final pieces for these matches at Survivor Series. And I also want to discuss the teams now. The teams are now fully formed. Okay, for Team Raw, we already had Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. We now have Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and oddly enough, Jason Jordan was added. That might be some. They're not really. They're not really related.
Roman Reigns is not there.
Yeah, pretty much. And obviously they're not really related, but in kayfabe land, that's really just a sign of nepotism. It's my son. He's gonna be on the team. Whatever. So Team SmackDown is Shane McMahon, Randy Orton. I'm losing.
SmackDown, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton.
I'm losing
because
they had
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode, yes. I think it wasn't AJ Styles.
It's Randy. We said Randy Orton. No, AJ Styles because he's champion now.
Yeah, that's right. What's wrong with me?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Wow. I haven't seen Shinsuke on SmackDown in a while. That's why I'm forgetting. So, Shinsuke Nakamura. And it was announced that free agent John Cena is going to be representing Team SmackDown. Which, okay. I mean, it would have been cool if he actually, showed up on SmackDown and they said
some stuff.
But no, I had to get it through Bleacher Report and other news outlets to find that out.
Yeah.
So, then wasn't a huge fan of that. Now, did you see... Oh, yeah, you did. What were some other interesting things about Raw and SmackDown that you noticed that just, jumped out at you? Really?
Let me see. Let me go back and recap here. It was a pretty good week for Raw and SmackDown.
Actually, it's actually one thing.
The Pete Dunne and Enzo.
Yes. So if you're not familiar, Pete Dunne is the United Kingdom champion, a title they introduced earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
And his nickname is the Bruiserweight because while he's not muscular and big like a Strowman or Lesnar, he is very hard hitting. He's one of the hardest hitting strikers in the company, and they were in England, so it was a perfect time for him to, not necessarily make his debut because he already did, but to just show the national audience,
show
international audience what he's about.
Yo, his hits, bro. I don't know how. Shout out to Enzo. I know he's annoying, but he takes the hardest and worst hits I've ever seen in the whole lot. They really do hate him because all he does is take hits and bump and all. Nah, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's getting paid. I mean, not millions,
but still, that's his job. We're just gonna hit you really hard.
Yeah, we're just gonna beat the lights out of you. Yeah. And Pete Dunne is the perfect person to do it. And the way it was introduced is actually kind of interesting because they played his music.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and then Kurt Angle walks out and like, what? And then he said, Cruiserweight versus Bruiserweight, UK champion Pete Dunne.
He could have said that and then played his music.
Yeah, that would have been better. Or he could have just not came out. Actually, I think he should have came out, but they shouldn't have done it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something about SmackDown I actually want to talk about. I find it pretty funny. So, James Ellsworth is one of the more annoying. He's he's on Enzo level annoying, except he doesn't wrestle as much. Not as important, not as good at promos either. And oh man, so he was looking for Carmella, right? Because that's his. He's I wouldn't even say that. He's like Carmella's. I don't know, manservant really. I mean, he's on a leash, so I mean, that kind of shows you. Yeah,
basically a dog.
Yeah, bro. Basically. And so he was talking to Becky Lynch, and he was saying how, because they actually had an intergender match, which I haven't seen in forever. And he was like, how I'm a man. He was just spitting all the whole like sexist, chauvinist stuff. I'm a man, you're a woman. I'm superior. I don't want to hurt you, and everything. And so they actually had a match, like a female wrestler versus a male wrestler. They actually did that. Like that usually when that used to be done back in the day, it'd be like multiple women against one guy, and women would win. Or the guys would just like put the women through tables, which obviously wouldn't fly anymore. But I kind of like this whole thing where James Ellsworth is like the
because he doesn't really do much. He has nothing to add, and like it was fun back then when it was James Ellsworth versus somebody, and then they helped him win and beat. And who did he beat again? It was The Miz or
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Twice.
Yeah. Like that was funny and stuff like that. But now it's played his part. It's played out. So he could go, and I really don't want to see him anymore. So that was really weird to see. But I do want to mention that I did watch an Oscar match finally, and talk about bruiserweight. Like, what? I would hate to be whoever she was fighting.
Stacey Coates, local talent from
local. Yeah, okay. She's going to the local hospital.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I do not want to be her at all, bro. That was terrible. It was like she just decimated her, bro.
Yeah, and forget that whole like male female thing. Asuka can kill us. I don't care. like I don't think she's like bigger than us or anything.
Bro.
She's probably like smaller, but she can still kill us.
Definitely,
easily kill us.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, like when in NXT when they chanted Asuka's gonna kill you, I think they meant it. Because if you watch them, they meant it. Now, want to mention on SmackDown there's actually another title match. No title changes here. It was the Usos against Chad Gable and Shawn Benjamin. It was actually a pretty good match, but and then it count out, so no change happened really.
Yeah.
So.
Is it bad that I want to keep saying Chad Gable and Jason Jordan?
Yeah,
because it's like I'm so used to that. I want Shawn Benjamin to be in singles competition to try to win like the actual WWE championship.
And you know what? Put Chad Gable in singles competition too, because I know he was in a very good technical tag team with Jason Jordan. And I know Shawn Benjamin is kind of cut from that same cloth. Well, they're cut from the same cloth with Shawn Benjamin.
He has to develop his mic skills first.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Jordan and Gable, really, both of them.
But they both need to do. That's why they were a good tag team, because like they just showed up and beat you up and won the tag team. Didn't really say much. But when you're single, you're by yourself. Then you have to talk. You have to actually, what's it called?
I guess present yourself.
And just be with the crowd and like have the crowd be receptive towards you and stuff like that, rile them up and all that stuff. So they need to work on that. But I would love to see Shelton Benjamin versus AJ Styles.
Oh my goodness,
that'd be dope.
Don't do that to me, man.
That'd be dope, bro.
Oh my god,
imagine.
But yeah, like you said, the only thing that could work would be if they had a manager. But the thing is, managers are so like, I don't want to say out or overplayed or outdated.
Unless it's Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman. But then you can't have Paul Heyman like be manager for everybody.
He has to be that type.
Yeah,
he has to be that type of manager.
Big.
Yeah.
Like Brock. Like I don't mean literally. I mean like in terms of like popularity.
You gotta
Brock Lesnar
bring like Eddie Bischoff back or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know Bischoff. Actually,
Eric, not Eddie.
I actually saw Eric. Not saw him personally, but a video of Eric Bischoff and like the NWO making an appearance at some indie show where like nobody was there. It was actually kind of sad.
Damn.
Like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were there, and there was like nobody. It was like really, really indie. So it was like, I'm just like, that's what a fall from grace.
That's crazy. See, that's the problem. Also, like Ric Flair's documentary came out yesterday.
Yes, we were actually going to discuss that a little bit.
Okay, we can talk about that next time.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew has to leave early, like around 3:30. So we're just gonna keep this segment going until then. So.
Well, how long have you been doing?
I don't know. I think it's been like 17. Yeah. Cut it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. We're just gonna cut this a little short. Not cut it short. We're just gonna like take a break here, and then we'll be back. We're just gonna discuss some other things, wrestling related, I assume. So we'll be back.